Welcome to night number 81 of History Bedtime Stories. In bed, in our pajamas, tonight we're talking about Esther Gordy Edwards. Now, Esther Gordy Edwards is the older sister of Berry Gordy, one of a big family of entrepreneurial-minded Detroiters. Esther's story sometimes gets lost in the story of Motown, but is truly incredible in its own right. She's born on April 25th, 1920 in Georgia and moves up to Detroit with her family. Once here, she attends Detroit Public Schools and is a graduate of the prestigious Cass Technical School for high school. Then she goes on to attend Howard University and Wayne State University here in Detroit. Once she graduates, she actually in 1947 opens up a company with two of her brothers, George and Fuller. The three of them open a printing company and she works there until 1959. Now, for a family of entrepreneurs, they had a genius idea. Every member of the family contributed to a family fund, and different members were able to take loans from that fund to start businesses. It is in 1959 that the Gordy family votes to allow the Berry Gordy music record recording plan to take a loan. That business turns into Motown Records, and from the beginning, Esther Gordy Edwards is a part of all of it. In 1960, she is the Senior Vice President of International Travel Management Incorporated, which was the artist management arm or branch of Motown. She's appointed chairman in 1960, and not only chairman, but the first African-American chairman of the Detroit Recorder Court's Jury Commission. At the same time, she's working for Motown as a secretary, a director of artist personnel management, a really person who was in charge of the images of artists like Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, Mary Wells, The Temptations, The Four Tops, Smokey Robinson. She is groundbreaking in being a real influential woman here in Detroit. She is the first woman elected to a board seat at the Detroit Bank of the Commonwealth in 1973, and she becomes the first woman to be a member of the Greater Detroit Chamber of Commerce ever. In 1972, when Motown moves to Los Angeles, California, Esther Gordy Edwards decides to stay here in Detroit. She remains really involved with Motown Records, but also becomes the CEO of the Gordy Foundation. And during all of this, she is saving memorabilia. She is saving photos and newspaper clippings. She's saving tour outfits and musical instruments. And in 1985, she helps found the Motown Museum, largely from her personal collection, and donated pieces from the artists in the original West Grand Boulevard recording studio and home. She is influential in so many ways here in the city, but she is really part of not only the sound, but the look of Motown, helping to really polish artists into the household names they become. Esther Gordy Edwards dies in 2011 here in Detroit. Upon her peaceful death, she is remembered in an obituary in the Detroit Free Press as part of the Motown team, but also as the chairwoman of the 1990s committee that turns Trappers Alley into the Trappers Alley Mall and Shopping Center in Greektown that would eventually become Greektown Hotel. She is a trustee for the Interlochen Art Camps and Art Center, and she is on the board of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change. Truly a woman we can all look up to and be darn proud she's a Detroiter. I hope you're enjoying History Bedtime Stories. Remember, stick together and wash your hands. We'll see you tomorrow night.